Hello, everyone. Hi. Hey, we're not muted. Cool.
Ah,
I am Simon at Wandering DM. Welcome to another episode of Dark Matter. We are level 10 today.
Woo!
And, the party just recently escaped from the Mega Tarask aboard their ship. We'll get into the recap later. Hi, welcome to the show. A show that is sponsored by Mage and Press. Mage and Press, the makers of good books such as The Complete Warden, Taverns and Tankards, and of course, Dark Matter that we're playing right now. If you want to find their books, if you want to purchase them, you can go to store.mageandpress.com and use code WanderingDM to get 15% off. I'll link that in chat too. Oh, it's done. Before we begin, well, you've seen everyone during the intro. I don't need to introduce people. We know you. We've seen you during the opening credits. But I would like to know who would like to go for a recap.
I'll go. That'll
Well,
be
it's
fun.
okay, Alex.
Yeah. So, we finally defeated all the brains in the jar, and the mega brain in the jar, which I forgot the name at this point, was what, the Sentinel? I feel like the special word.
The replicator?
The
Thank you.
collector vat.
the
That
collector vat.
One of those. And we were pretty beat up, especially me. We kept on crawling into the cave and walked for quite a while until we met some egg sac containing some very, very dangerous creatures that we did not want to meet their progenitor. We kept on walking. We got across a good old-fashioned leap of fate a la Indiana Jones. I believe we all fell. We weren't able to run fast enough. We decided, just screw it, then I'll fall. Then we went to a door that was very nice and opened up very nicely. And then we got the prize, ran away, were faced with... Well, yeah, hold on, I'm getting to it. We ran away, we got faced with said progenitor. We bamfed out of there because we didn't want to fight that. And then as we were exiting the cave wasn't a cave. We were inside a creature. Just simple Mega Tarask, which was, I believe, 2,000 feet square. No, it would be
2,000
feet.
by 2,000. Yep.
Exactly. Math is wrong in this one, so that's fine. We all made out of there alive. Thankfully, we were pulled out by the ship. Yeah, I freaking don't know how we got out of there. And in the way back, we made a friend, which I'm gonna put down as soon as we're done. It's a zombie dog of bitiness. I'm gonna shoot it.
Oh, is that still with us?
Well,
Yeah.
it was
It's-
grappling Eddard's leg
I brought
when
it back.
he jetpacked out of there.
I forgot about that. Yes.
It was either
Yes.
that or I was dying by eating by the Mega Tarask. Although it could have been a very nice side story.
Well, regardless, you guys escaped.
Yes.
The ship was dinged up during the escape attempt. Well, it wasn't an attempt, you succeeded, but during your escape, the Tarask managed to get a few hits on the Scarlet Trust. Nothing too damaging. It did dent the hull quite a bit and damage a few of the internal systems, but nothing that cannot be repaired. And we'll pick back the action up in orbit around the planet you just escaped.
Okay.
So do I shoot the thing or do we consider it dead at this point?
We can consider it dead.
We can consider it spaced.
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna just kick it off the ship, like kick.
Oh, the zombie? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, the dog thing, the wolf thing that
The
Hit me.
failure. It's called a failure.
it's a dog zombie thing now. Sorry, renaming it. It's official. Look at the book.
Not making that claim. I vote, what the hell are we doing with this stupid thing? And I could, like, really use a nap.
Hmm.
I am hurting
the-
all over.
Well, alright, those of you who are actively in pain, in addition to me, come along. Come along.
Oh, I'm not in pain. My armor injects painkillers by the gallon in my veins. I'm not in pain. I'm just bleeding from places that I should not bleed from.
I need to make a note to adjust responses from Eddard's armor to account for elevated painkillers.
I mean, are we concerned that his arm is injecting him with fentanyl at regular intervals?
Yes, we are.
I mean,
And that is why I made a
pretty
note.
addictive.
It's addictive, and it can mess up your registrations and your breathing. It can have detrimental effects on cardiovascular and systems.
Now,
Which is why-
with some of the research we've already done in nanotechnology, there is potential that we could try something in a different route, where instead of injecting him with chemicals, instead we have nanites that continuously try to repair. And this may be going down a dark path. I'm not sure.
Well, no, those exist.
Can I not be your guinea pig, please?
No. They already exist. They've been medically approved for almost 100 years now. They're very useful. They're just very expensive.
I wasn't alive when that happened. I wasn't expecting that to be a thing.
And this is the story of how Edit became a nanite host sorcerer.
Listen, I just learned magic.
Multi-class.
Don't get me started on this. I might just go that path.
She's gonna pull everybody into the med bay, and sorry y'all, this is the only thing I. Ooh, no, wait, I can do this because we leveled. Haha,
Uh-oh.
haha. And I'm gonna blow this because it's all I can do at the moment. Take that 32 points of healing.
I'll take
Everybody, as she spends 20 minutes just casting Prayer of Healing at 5th level. Say here. Life will get better.
Oh, that feels lovely.
Mm-hmm.
If I'd been injured, this would have probably been really good for me.
Well,
Wait,
It does give you warm and fuzzy feelings, regardless.
well,
can I take some of his healing?
it looks like the void just kind of came down and, coated over everyone, but that's fine. I can't double? I can't do that, right, Simon? You can't. No,
You cannot
You can-
distribute.
you can't. Everyone
No.
gets the same.
Everyone gets the same.
Everyone in
The-
30 feet.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Gab.
this
won't
is
fight.
magic communism. Everyone gets the same share. You don't get to, some people get more, some people get less. No, this isn't
No,
this
no.
isn't one of those kind of things.
You said 32?
Yep.
I'm at full health. What up?
But the
I'm
government
halfway
takes
there.
30 out of it.
Ah, well, never mind.
Texas.
Yeah.
That's a steep taxation.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but I don't pay that tax because I'm technically in exile from my government, and therefore, fuck them.
Listen, according to my government, I've been dead for a long time.
No,
don't
your
think I-
government wants you dead. There's a difference.
But I was dead for 200 years.
Yeah, but they know you're alive now.
Are you telling me that I'm gonna owe back taxes for 200 years?
Baby.
One more reason never to go back there.
Or,
Um,
just blow them off.
That said, takes 20 minutes. You guys are healed. What do you do after? Where do
So-
you?
Who has the thing?
I do.
What does that thing do?
Well, I'm gonna have to study it to find out for sure, but right now it just looks like a bunch of circles.
May I vote that we get away from the planet with a giant thing that tried to eat us?
Yeah, we're in orbit.
I
We're
was
fine.
thinking, no, we get out of here.
I mean, we could
we
still
gotta-
shoot it. It's down there. We're up here.
Yeah, but that thing I don't think is vulnerable to anything that we could shoot it with.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
And I don't want that thing to suddenly decide, ooh, look, we're tasty.
Well, we accomplished what we were looking for, although I am very fascinated with its armor. I would love to get a sample. Did anyone get anything on their way out?
I mean,
I'm
I-
The ship might have gotten something on the way out. It got hit quite badly.
You can take out
Um,
Lola and go see if there's any detritus from the claws on the outside.
I was
How-
busy not dying.
I'll put us in a space orbit, and I'll go inspect the ship and do repairs. How about that?
Go ahead. I'll
but-
go take a nap.
Far. With the far. Away from that.
We're in orbit. I doubt it can drop that high.
Do you really want to take that gamble?
That's fair. I mean, we
It was
did.
dead. No, okay, I'm going to tell something to you because you didn't see this. The thing was biologically dead, not breathing. There was no biological living, and then all of a sudden it was biologically alive again. And there was breathing, and vascular systems were activating as I was running through it and away from it, and therefore, considering that, I'm not discounting any possibility of the thing possibly suddenly sprouting wings and just flying off the planet.
Oh my goodness! So the
So-
hills are really alive.
Simon, can I do
And
some
not with the sound of music.
Simon, can I do some science shit and determine if this Tarask has the ability based upon like historical knowledge? Can I do like some hacky shit and like try to understand if this thing would be able to get to us to qualm our fears?
You know what? Executive decision. We head back to the Solar Citadel for now, and we can research this thing later. For now, let's go.
All right. And I'll munch on it. No, I don't. I was like, I'll munch on a roach. No. And jump. No.
Walter, by the way, be a dear and lock down all the roaches as medically necessary and requires prescription for activation.
You mean I shouldn't be eating this one right here? I'm not going to pilot this ship and get us away from here.
As an aside to Walter, I say, "Don't worry, she doesn't know about my secret stash."
You just have a Ziploc bag full of roaches
Nice.
hidden in your couch cushions.
Yep.
I believe
Oh,
it.
they just live there. They're alive.
That's slightly
just kidding.
disconcerting.
No,
Um,
no.
Oh,
They've
we're gonna
made
get pulled
friends.
over at some point. We're gonna have to lie our way through. Come on, man! Don't do this.
Yeah, but
They've
one
made
of
the-
you's a smuggler.
That
I never would have thought that Kibesha was a smuggler.
No, they've made friends with the Wismos. They've like kind of created this faction system amongst the ventilations.
Oh my god!
And
Your
now the
ship is
Wismos
now
are riding the roaches as like they've
Cavalry.
There's
Anyway.
industrial strength. There's industrial strength. Ridex sprayed frequently anywhere around Cabochet's spaces, and just no.
Remind me to find a rubber roach and just hide it somewhere.
creeping out Cabochet aside. Yes, I'll set a course, Captain.
Thank you.
So you doing the driving or am I?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, yes. You drive. I'll do repairs.
Okay, good, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna be doing a better job than me at repairing.
All right. So yeah, how does ship repairs work? I totally need to look that up. We haven't done that
Same.
often, so
No, and to be fair, I did not check out ship combat for today because I'd forgotten that for a split second that your ship took a substantial amount of damage. But that's okay. I'm gonna load it real quick here. Yeah, Dark Engine ship combat. There we go.
I mean, I can look it up real fast if you want to move us along, because that's like kind of something that we're going to be doing as we go, I suppose.
Oh well, it's fairly easy. It's a DC you succeed intelligence check
Oh, okay.
because
Is it
I bet you
technology,
have
circuitry?
it's technology. So you probably have a plus 15 on it or something.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous. But does my circuitry expertise also apply to this?
No, but are you proficient with ship maintenance tools?
I am.
So you would double your proficiency bonus.
That's already been done. Wait, what? Wait. Okay, so ship maintenance. Let's see. How is this working? Oh, whoops. It needs to. Okay, so it's asking me intelligence, ship maintenance tools. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how this is working.
Mhm.
Because I have like the query thing set up for ship maintenance because it wasn't always like clear. But if I do a technology check and then I doubled the proficiency bonus, so it'd be a 13. Okay, it'd be a 13. So it's basically my data or circuitry kit.
Okay. Yeah, if they're already programmed, like just pick one of those instead. If the modifier would be the same.
Yeah, I'll just do that. I got a natural 1 and it's still 14.
But you failed for the first time in like the beginning of the game. You have failed a technology check.
I know. I didn't try to push for any advantage, so that screwed me over.
Well, it means that for the entire day you will have repaired you will have had issues repairing the ship.
Fair.
And will have made so little progress that the ship won't have yielded any HP.
You just hear Doxy cursing in the comm, saying, oh shit, Eddard, keep the ship stable. You just fly better.
And I'm just, you know what? Let me roll pilot to see how good I'm doing.
And I'm like, kind of like the exact opposite.
Steady as she goes.
Yeah, like, so Doxy is totally thinking that this is something external to himself, as he is wont to do when things go poorly for him.
I think with that roll, I'm actually piloting with my knee.
You're like casually steering, yeah.
Yep.
Eating a sandwich at the same time.
While Doxy's busy going, what is personal responsibility?
Would I be able to salvage or see if there's any kind of like residual plating or something from the Megatarasks as I'm doing repairs? I know we got that one, so maybe it's pushing it, but
roll a straight d20. On a 15 or higher, you will find something.
I got an 11.
So no, unfortunately, nothing. You see the marks where the Tarask slashed at the ship, but unfortunately, there are no, like, it didn't leave a nail behind or anything.
Narratively appropriate. Yeah, narratively appropriate. Armor's too tough. It wouldn't leave anything behind.
Well, it can survive arcane warheads, so I mean.
Yeah, you know.
But if you want to fight it, I have the stats. Like.
Sure.
No,
yeah.
no.
Doxy flies off and Lola. You never see him again.
Oh man.
Okay.
It's gonna take you a couple of days to get back to the Solar Citadel.
Okay. I will continue to try and repair, and once that's done, I'm going to start. Do we have any residual or like leftover nanites, or are those all taken by the vaccine and shit?
I have 44 doses of the vaccine. I don't have any other nanites.
There are nanites on the Solar Citadel, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Might procure some for experimentation.
At some point in that, Cabochette is going to cast Sending again. quietly by herself.
To whom?
First to Pitta and say, we could really use your assistance. I can get you to the Solar Citadel safely. I understand these things are frightening. Contact me at the coordinates. These coordinates are Katesh.
Simon, I'm realizing. Oh, well, I'll let you finish that, and I'll bring it up.
So that was your sending to Pater? You do not get an answer.
Do I know if it failed?
It didn't fail.
I'm just bothering him. It's fine.
He's like just
You just-
pressing ignore all the time. He's like, I don't want to be found.
He's like the angsty teen.
Yes, he is. He's a very angsty teen, considering the mathematics involved. He's got to be less than 30. Which, for an Avara, means that he's officially an angsty teen. And the other one she would send to the general. Retrieved the object. Returning now. See you soon.
The reply comes in a few seconds after. Roger.
All right, that was bad. Okay, right. And she'd spend the rest of the time remaking those death wards bracelets.
Okay.
Because they were useful.
Yes, they were.
Going back to Doxy for a moment, yes, indeed, you would have succeeded because of your AI.
Yes, so I still would have vocalized those complaints that Eddard was flying poorly, but it was in
Hey.
fact mostly just because out of snark. But yeah, Loxy would have pointed out various little mistakes that I was making, and it's like, yes, that's the yes, okay, I needed to adjust the capacitor here. Yes. This circuit goes. Okay. Yeah, that's AI companion, man. It's a powerful feature.
What's your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence modifier?
Proficiency bonus, or it's my level, I think, right? My level plus intelligence modifier. It's be 15.
No. I mean, your proficiency bonus alone, I think it would be like a +3 or +4 at the moment.
Yes, and then you said double because of the circuitry.
Oh
or
no!
the-
I don't
the
mean for
minutes?
that. It's for the amount
Oh,
of hit points you
Oh,
heal the
oh.
ship. It's proficiency
so-
plus intel.
So proficiency bonus is 4, and then it would be 9.
All right. So the ship regains 9 hit points out of the what was it, 37 it lost?
Oh, okay. So it's just the proficiency bonus plus the intelligence modifier. Okay.
Yeah, but you can do that every day, and each day it would regain 9 hit points. So if you do it, it's gonna take you 5 days to get back to the Solar Citadel. So since you succeed on every check regardless, like if you do only that for 5 days, then the ship is fine.
Would I be able to roll regardless and see if I get a natural 20 and like double that or something like that? How does that work?
Sure, if you roll a nat 20,
All right,
I'd
so
let you double it. Like do
Nope.
the, twice the amount of work.
man, I'm just
Oh,
rolling
actually,
really...
are you under industrious worker?
Oh Jesus.
Always.
Then it
I'm
would take you
overworked.
2.5 days.
Oh Lord, that again. Why did you give him speed and
Captain-
other drugs?
Magic.
Hey, all of the performance enhancing magic that I cast on him is perfectly illegal and above board.
You
I
said
have no-
illegal, Captain.
Yes, yes, you did.
Perfectly legal and above board.
I have no complaint about the legality, Captain. I have plenty of complaints, however, about its detrimental effects on his mental health and physical well-being.
Well, it was approved by the SDA, the Space Drug Administrative, whatever.
The Space Drug Agency.
Well, they also approved the ingestion of roaches for long-term space travel. So, do we really support all of their decisions?
I kind of imagine like you look at Doxy in the light and he looks all happy and cheery and like totally fine, and then like he steps like a little bit in the shadow or like in your peripheral and he just looks like haggard as fuck and like kind of like a little like bags
What
under
have we
his
done
eyes.
to that? What have we done?
Walter, once he finishes this particular project, would you please lock down everything and let me know, because I'm going to inoculate him and put him the fuck to sleep. I'm just concerned about your well-being, Doxy.
I don't know what you mean. I'm totally fine.
Mm-hmm. You need to take a nap.
As like he's like itching one of the roaches that runs by.
Mm-hmm. And
Like
she just like
reaching for it.
leans over and hypo sprays you with one of her anesthetics.
I almost imagine it more like a water bottle, and you're just like, no.
Yeah,
Like
you
you
like
do with
spray
the
like,
cat.
oh gosh.
And good night, Doxy. Enjoy your nap.
Behavioral training. Oh man.
You're because you're under industrious worker, you nap twice as fast
Oh my
because
god.
it's efficient.
Oh my gosh.
Are we considering naps work at that point? Because it only says you work 4 times faster.
Yes, but do you count mental work? You do a lot of mental work during REM.
Well, that's what I'm asking you: is are we considering sleep work?
Oh.
For the purposes of the spell, like no. If he
Good.
sleeps, he sleeps.
For the purposes of narrative, yes.
Yeah, for the shits and giggles.
Oh god.
So during those 5 days, the ship is being repaired. Kebichet is working on the Death Ward bracelets. I'd like to know, Captain, what do you do? And I need to go back to Doxy for 2 days too.
So the first thing that I would have done is after I directed the team to, hey, just get us back to the Solar Citadel. I would have gone and called the Solar Citadel to let them know we're heading back and we got what we were coming for, or we got what we went for.
General Edfandor is looking preoccupied when you call him, but he says, yes, I think one of your crew member messaged me.
Perfect. So, you look like you might be a little preoccupied with things. What's going on?
There's been activity coming from the star.
Yeah, we had a conversation with the star right before we saved the ship from the whole Mind Flayer debacle. It was weird. We actually flew into the star, talked to a god, and then the god sent us on a quest to get his codex.
So wait, the thing you had to retrieve was a book?
Well, he calls it a codex, but it's more like some weird rings.
And that's our ultimate weapon against the Mind Flayers?
You'll have to ask Un. But yeah, it's like a it's like a 6-inch wide mechanical disc with a bunch of gears and other random techno babble stuff on it.
So it's a CD.
Um, sure.
You went and retrieved Owen's favorite movie.
You know what? I've been studying this thing for the next few days, so it might be Un's favorite movie, but maybe there's something useful on it.
Well, if you decipher anything, that would be interesting, especially if there's an answer as to what's going on with the star at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. So is there anything that we can? What's happening with the star? You said there's activity.
Yeah, like, it's flaring a lot.
Alrighty, it would that'll be interesting. So I guess I'm going to study this thing and keep me appraised of the situation with the star.
Will do, in case anything changes.
All right. And then after, well, if that's it, I'll go ahead and let you get to your business.
All right. You have yourself a good day, Captain.
All right, perfect. You too. And I go ahead and click hang up, and then I'm going to call the spider real quick.
Yeah, Vandra picks up. Captain... Which name do you go for these days?
Hilltopple.
Captain Hilltopple, then. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you too. Now, how's everything with the sun and being, finding yourself on the free of legal scrutiny as well?
Well, I've gone back to my old activities. It's nice to finally be able to gather information around the galaxy without having to owe that information to anyone. I'm slowly weaving my web across the stars again, with Ichabod at my side.
Perfect. So, have you heard anything about the mind flayers and the movements for the past few days?
Everything has been oddly quiet. I don't like this. My network doesn't extend anymore to the far reaches of the galaxy, if only because, well, the firm had a hand in helping with the network. So they might be prowling the edges of the verse, but otherwise nothing nothing out of the ordinary.
Would it be possible to maybe manipulate the SS Vincent to check out those outer reaches that we're concerned about? I mean, they're constantly patrolling the edges of the galaxy anyways. Maybe we could point them in the right direction.
I don't have the best relationships with the SS St. Vincent, but I could probably use Ichabod for that.
It's a thought. I mean, I'm not sure how we get them, up to speed on the mind flayers and how to detect them without being overt about it. But if we can do it subtly, it might work out in our favor.
Yeah, you're right.
And then, do we have any other contacts at the tower? I mean, the one that we met is unique.
I have never been able to have a reliable contact with the tower. They're all a bit kooky.
Yeah, fair. And that's what happens when you, coop yourself up with a bunch of other conspiracy theorists for an indiscriminate amount of time. But then again, they were the first ones to be aware of the Mind Flayer situation, so maybe there's something to what they do. But anyways, so just wanted to check, see how you were doing, and see what we could do about that SS Vincent. Um, is there anything that we can provide you? Any information?
Well, not at the moment, but I will keep in touch with you. Let me know where you're heading.
Currently to the Solar Citadel because we've got nowhere better to head while I study this thing, and I kind of just shake the artifact and onto the camera.
That's a CD. Why? What's so interesting about it?
Had a conversation with Oldun, believe it or not, and Oldun pointed us in the direction of a weird biological hard drive, and it led to the location of this thing, and Un told us to find it and then study it. So hopefully something on this thing is, well, useful.
You wouldn't happen to mind sharing it, would you?
Well, I mean, it's not like it's an actual CD. I mean, it's more of like a puzzle, really. Just here's these gears that here, and I just kind of like start pointing at different parts of it. Like, if I learn something, if there's actual like information on it, I'll share that information. But it's not like I can just copy it and forward it to you.
All right. Well, if we ever meet, I'd like to take a look at this puzzle of yours. I'm pretty sure that something like that is well, it must have a use.
I would assume so. Who knows? Maybe it holds the universe on it. Maybe it holds the secrets to the universe on it. Who knows?
Well, those are things I would like to get my hands on.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we definitely do need to get a drink and catch up sometime.
Definitely.
Just, I don't know when we will, since we're both running around like crazy trying to deal with this Mind Flayer thing.
Well, this invasion's bound to be over at some point.
Eventually, better or worse. Of course, I did see a video at one point of your son leading the Scarlet Trust against the Mind Flayers with a group of other people in the future on the Scarlet Trust. So hopefully that vision doesn't come to pass.
Well, I think my son would make a fine captain.
Oh, that's not the part I'm worried about. The part I'm worried about is where I'm dead and I've lost, the ship is passed to him because I'm dead. And he's still fighting against the Mind Flayers. And it's not going well.
So if you were to die, you would leave him the ship?
I'd leave it in the hands of someone I trust, so you and Ichabod qualify for that.
That's good to know. I like to know I'm trusted.
I like to think that you've proven yourself to be trustworthy in regards to, me, my crew, and you and your crew.
Yeah. You wouldn't have happened to have retrieved anything from the firm when you blew up their ship, would you?
I mean, we leaked all the files, made them publicly available, got you acquitted of all legal things, and recovered a few crew members. Items, no items.
Hmm.
I
I find myself in need of funds, really.
funds. Not sure I have. I'm not exactly rolling around in the dough right now, and I think the Citadel's still reeling from the attack there. But if I catch on to a source, I'll let you know.
Alright. It's not like the firm was paying me much.
They didn't pay anyone much. Let's just say we've been paid more work openly working for the Knights of the Sepulchre than we ever did in our entire tenure with the firm.
That. That's typical of them.
Yeah,
I have to get going, Captain, but it was nice chatting with you.
yeah, it was good catching up. And again, we need to grab a drink sometime probably after this invasion stuff.
Oh, definitely. I'm counting on it.
Right. Well, you enjoy the rest of your. What time is it? Day, night? I don't know.
It's daytime here.
No. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Boop.
Time to study the Codex.
And it takes you 10 hours to do so.
10 hours per thing.
Per trait that you want to unlock.
In the first worker, maybe?
Do you attune to it during those 10 hours? 'Cause you kinda need to.
Yes, you do have to attune, and I do.
Alright. I'm sorry, everyone.
Doxy's just like, while he's conducting repairs, just surreptitiously monitoring the captain because he's very curious about the Codex. It's like, oh, are you starting research on the Codex?
Yeah, I need to figure out what Un wanted from this.
Like there's some like as he's doing some repairs and he's like, fuck, oh yes, well, I would love to explore the Codex as well. If please keep me appraised.
Yeah, we'll do. Hopefully there's some information to be shared.
Excellent. Keep up the good work, Captain. Do you need Loxy for part of this? They are great research partners.
No, this seems to be more mechanical in nature. Like, not and I don't mean technology-wise. I don't know. It's a mechanical puzzle.
Well, if you need her, just give me a call.
Will do.
And then he's still watching. There's like a screen up here that's basically just like monitoring the captain's progress.
And the captain's playing with the Codex. And at some point it clicks. And a hologram appears. It seems like it's a sort of hard light display for a menu to navigate.
I click the one that says Slipgate.
You want to unlock Slipgate?
Yep.
You unlock the Slipgate ability, which lets you open up portals across space. And it's what is it again? I don't remember
the Codex has
the
4
range.
charges, and it's basic. As an action, you can expend one of its charges to open a 10-foot diameter portal between 2 precise points in the multiverse that you choose. These 2 locations can be anywhere in the verse, including on different planes of existence. These locations must be known to you, or you can specify a general location, such as a particular maw or the elemental plane of fire. You can orient the portal in any direction you choose. The portal lasts up to a minute, and you can dismiss it as an action. The portal has a front and back to each location where it appears. Travel through the portal is possible only by moving through its front. Anything that does so is instantly transported to the other location, appearing in the unoccupied space nearest the portal. Deities and other planar rulers can prevent portals created by the Codex from opening in their presence or anywhere within their domains. And that's it. Right
That's
there.
it.
Mm-hmm.
But in addition to that Stargate,
Mm-hmm.
you unlock a bunch of features from the Codex that all seem to activate magically the moment that you touch the hardlight display.
Okay.
Your brain is automatically assailed with knowledge, and you become proficient in religion.
Whoa.
I now know religion.
Your body becomes assailed by magic, and you are now immune to diseases.
All right.
Every weapon you touch becomes enhanced with the power of the Oldun. When you hit with a weapon attack, while attuned to the artifact, you deal an extra 1d6 damage.
Okay, so immune to disease, extra 1d6.
Yeah.
While attuned. And that's with weapon attacks specifically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's the same damage as the weapon. So if the weapon deals radiant, it's a d6 of
Okay.
radiant, etc., etc. However, you are now also attuned to the light that is Oldun,
Mm-hmm.
to the giant ball of gas. If you are ever more than 10 feet away from the artifact, you are blinded.
Blind when away from the artifact.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, while attuned to the artifact, other creatures cannot take short or long rests within 300 feet of you.
How big is the ship?
Less than 300 feet, I counted.
Fuck.
Yeah, that detrimental effect is really a bitch.
Yeah,
I
mean,
that's a minor one.
There's a way around that.
Yeah,
true.
I sleep in Lola.
Or you sleep in the fridge.
Yeah. Or you sleep in the we put you in a Atmos suit. You sleep in.
No. You sleep with Volons.
Yes.
It's a separate plane of existence.
Yeah. All right.
I call Captain's room,
No.
which you hear like on the comms. Just kidding.
No, Doxy, you're not. We've not upgraded the sound dampening down there yet. I need sleep.
What do you think I do in my room?
With the amount of noises that I hear from outside involving mechanical things that go boom and occasionally
I mean, I do that down there though. That's fine.
So I mean, so how many hours are we, or how many days are we traveling to the star?
5.
5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. I have all 5 unlocked by the time we get there. I sleep in the extra dimensional lodge at night. That's what I do.
probably takes us the first day to figure this out, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the first day I didn't have it.
In fact, the only thing that you're able to dream of while within 300 feet of that artifact is a giant sun that's just standing in the middle of nowhere.
All right, well, that's not creepy at all. Well, I'm going to go meditate and have a conversation with something that's a lot more. No, don't like that thing. And she just kind of goes and closes herself into her room and meditates
So
in the dark.
Do I learn anything over the course of this? Like, outside of mechanical effects?
Yes. You learn that the Mind Flayers were, in fact, a discarded race created by Oldun.
Mm-hmm.
A race of nigh perfect psychic beings that could be controlled remotely whenever he needed. Unfortunately, they proved to be resilient to mind control over multiple generations,
Mm-hmm.
and he ended up casting them out of the galaxy, of the verse.
Mm-hmm.
They were supposed to stay out of the verse because his brother was to keep a barrier in the space between galaxies. They managed, according to your knowledge of what's been happening and the knowledge inside the Codex, that they've somehow managed to pierce that barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Oldun was saying like how the Void was sick or something. That's probably what happened. Like, they found a way, and that's why they're back. The Codex doesn't tell you what they want, but you're probably, if you believe that they're back for like revenge or something, you're probably right.
Mm-hmm.
The Elder Brain, the one that controls everything, is located somewhere outside the galaxy. The Mind Flayers all obey the Elder Brain. Without an Elder Brain, the Mind Flayers will simply scatter. Their own intelligence, while remarkable, is tied to the Elder Brain. If the Elder Brain is, let's say, poisoned, or the Elder Brain falls sick, then all the Illithids will similarly fall sick or become poisoned.
I see.
Destroying the Elder Brain is the only way to make sure that the Illithids never come back.
Sounds like we have our action step. Alrighty then. So I guess I'm gonna call up the Evandra.
Yep.
Yep. So I did learn some interesting things from the Codex. Other than how to, there's some interesting side effects from reading this thing, but the Mind Flayers were actually created by Oldun, believe it or not. And as he lost control of them, he cast them out of the universe. The Void was supposed to somehow keep them out, but they managed to pierce it because, quote unquote, the Void got sick. And presumably they're here for revenge. Probably the only way to permanently deal with them is to kill something called the Elder Brain, which functions as like a hive mind for the Mind Flayers. There's more to learn from this thing, but that's the spark notes of what's immediately relevant to our interests.
Can it be killed, though, Captain?
That was on a call with somebody else.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay, man. I will be relaying this to the party in a minute.
That is a lot of very valuable information.
I could think so.
Well, imagine if the elves or the Avera were to know that what plagues the galaxy, even though it's not too out in the open. I mean, you've sent messages across the verse, but you know, those worlds that have yet to encounter mind flayers have yet to believe you. But this could spark a whole other war. Like, what if their god was not benevolent? What if they were created just like the mind flayers and could be cast out at a moment's notice?
Yeah, this is the sort of information that, while I believe, there's value in sharing information, this one might be better kept under wraps. And just because you're right, this has absolutely devastating consequences with what happens when the Avira suddenly, see the sun in a new light, per se.
No pun intended.
Oh, pun intended, by far. But I'll admit it. I'll own it. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, that's what I've learned so far. I told you I'd share what I learned, so there it is.
All right. Well, I'm not about to do anything with that information right now. It'll take me a while to process it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the main thing we need to take away from this is, how do we find the hive mind? Presumably, I mean, it indicates the hive mind is killable, but how?
They must come from somewhere.
Yeah, they must come from somewhere, and they presumably, if the Codex says the way to deal with the mind, the hive mind is, if it's the point of single point of failure, then there must be a way to cause it to fail. We just got to figure out how, and hopefully maybe the Codex will continue to shed some light on that. But for now, if we can dig into what the hive mind is and how to deal with it, I think that's our best move forward.
Do you think that their connection could be reversed engineered?
I mean, are we wanting to create a race of hive mind creatures?
No, what I mean is, if they're linked to the Elder Brain, perhaps that there's a way to follow that trail.
Follow the trail and find where the hive mind is that way?
Yeah.
I mean, it's entirely possible. If we captured a bunch of mind flayers and experimented on them, we might be able to find a way to do that. And if we got really lucky, and I do mean really lucky, maybe even send a psychic virus of sorts through the mind flayers that we capture to the hive mind directly. I don't know. I mean, that might be a pipe dream, but presumably if we could tinker with the connection, presumably like a computer, we could send a virus.
And I don't suppose you would know of a mind flayer who'd be willing to be experimented upon.
Unfortunately not. I mean, maybe we switch from kill to capture tactics in the future. I mean, unfortunately, it's in things have been pretty quiet, so who knows?
My problem is, and I say that in fully knowing what the risks are, but those creatures are sentient. Would resorting to torturing them and experimenting on them not be exactly the type of monsters that they are?
It's not exactly, what I would want to do, and it's certainly not my first choice on what to do, but considering that their goals are, singularly focused in wiping out all of creation, as an act of revenge against the god that created them, I'm a little torn. You know, like, is it wrong to, torture? Yes. Is it more okay if they're blindingly and irrevocably evil? It makes it a little more okay, but not necessarily okay. I mean, yeah, you're right. We don't want to be those same monsters that they are.
And I
torn.
mean, as an elf, I can't believe I'm going to say that, but if they're coming for the sun above, what if we let them?
I think that they're not just mad at the sun. I mean, if they were just mad at the sun, their attacks would be a little bit more focused, wouldn't they? I mean, we were on a pleasure planet when I first encountered them. That wasn't anywhere close to Oldun and the Solar Citadel. They're infiltrating everywhere. I mean, I can't. I don't have the Mind Flayer Manifesto. I can't say for certain that they're truly here to wipe out all of existence, but it
looks
certainly
like
makes it really does. If not wipe it out, certainly have complete and utter control over it. I mean, these are not. I mean, and maybe there are some mind flayers that are the exception to the rule. I haven't met them yet. They've all been pretty disgustingly vile, implanting seeds into people's brains to forcibly turn them into their own kind, which are then controlled by this hive mind that the elder brain, I think is what it was called, that controls them and directs them to do its will. I mean, they're sentient creatures all controlled by one singular intelligence that has it in for all of humanity. Well, not just humanity, but all races. Again, not necessarily saying that torture and medical experimentation is the answer, but it certainly makes it seem more palpable. And I don't know what to do. And I'll talk to my crew, see where they land on it, but I don't have the answers for what's right and what's wrong here.
Me neither. But keep me appraised, Captain. I would like to help, however I can.
I appreciate it. So now I'm going to go to the crew. In the war room. I mean kitchen. I mean war room.
It's totally a
Same
kitchen,
difference.
darling.
So,
Is everyone present, including Whitney and Rosemary, Twitch?
Rosemary.
Or
And
do
we
you
have
just
Voldon
call,
as
or do you
little
just call
robot
the
with a
inner
camera.
circle?
I'll call everyone. I won't necessarily. I might accidentally forget to invite Twitch, but I don't explicitly state that he's not invited. So if he happens to come, I won't fight it, I guess. So
Oh, you're trying to exclude Twitch?
Yeah. So everyone but Twitch shows up.
We're not going to get an earful of this later. Not at all. If Twitch ever finds out that we had this meeting with Adam.
And in fact, I have a invitation set to be sent, but it'll be sent post dated, so it'll look like he got it and missed it a couple hours after the meeting's adjourned.
Oh my god.
Wow, you're such a dick.
This is like epic level douchery.
I'm not going to say that that's wrong. I'm just going to think it.
Doxy, I feel like will come into the meeting room and see everyone's there, and then notice that someone's missing. He's like, "Where's Twitch?"
I don't know. I sent him an invitation, but you know what? Since he's not here, let's go ahead and get started because we've got a lot to discuss, and we don't have time to wait for people who are late.
Oh, okay, Captain. Sure.
All right, so I found out a little bit more about the Mind Flayers. It's great. Apparently, and the Void. Also fun things. Apparently, the Void's sick. I don't know if this means cold or cancer or something in between. But apparently, the reason that the Mind Flayers were able to get into the universe in the first place was apparently the Void got sick because the Void and Un, they're brothers. Apparently, they're pretty friendly with one another. And when Un created the Mind Flayers and then realized that maybe that was a mistake and kicked them out of the universe, the Void said, hey, I'll keep them out of the universe for you. Appreciate you, brother. But something happened since, that time where the Void isn't doing such a great job at, everything. So...
Well, I'll work on that and figuring out what's wrong there. And possibly figuring these kind of things out. There's an... Hello, Doxy.
I probably screwed up the cameras. You're welcome, Simon.
So
It's okay. I'm gonna fix them while.
So yeah.
So I will work on seeing what's wrong with the Void. What else have you learned, Captain?
Well, apparently there is. I found the linchpin in the whole Mind Flayer race. There's something called the Elder Brain, and it controls the Mind Flayers as a whole. And not only is it their hive mind, it's also the source of their intelligence. You take out the Elder Brain, and apparently the Mind Flayers go stupid.
Well, in that case, then we know exactly who we have to kill.
Yeah.
Yes, but unfortunately, a target of this magnitude is going to be extremely well protected, or simply extremely well hidden.
Or extremely godlike in power.
Yes, it could be very much sturdy, as some may say, almost like that creature that we encountered on the planet.
Well, I'm sure there are plenty of ways I can figure out how to kill something if I really put an effort into it. It's all biology and systems.
We also have a moral quandary. So, I was talking to Avandra, and she suggested maybe being able to reverse engineer the psychic connection that the Mind Flayers have with the Elder Brain to track. And, spitballing, I went a little bit further, like if, we had like a pipe dream of, figuring out how to track this connection, maybe even sending a virus into the psychic network of these Mind Flayers. Now, this all sounds well and good, but then, how would we discover this psychic connection and how to control, manipulate, and all that jazz? And the only thing I can think of would be to capture a bunch of Mind Flayers against their will, because no Mind Flayers would be willing, and do horrible experimentation on them. Now, normally I would be completely against this. However, the Mind Flayers are a incredibly evil race out to exterminate all of existence.
I mean, that's a matter of perspective. They're trying to create order, Captain. It's just their prerogative.
Well, imposing order on anything is by definition destruction in a manner which, because imposed order
it's oppressive, yes.
It's problematic. It'd be a lot easier to do it the other way around.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we could get to the Elder Brain and just blow it up, that's way easier.
Well, no, I mean, infect the Elder Brain and therefore assume that it would pass to the others, therefore cause an infection.
That's what I'm thinking, Captain. I mean,
the trick is, how do we find the Elder Brain?
I'm sure I could ask someone who knows.
Well, you do that, but where do we land on experimenting on these things if that doesn't work? Because I don't know where I land. I'm torn.
I don't think we necessarily need to experiment on the Mind Flayers themselves. The Elder Brain is a completely different energy, so it wouldn't necessarily.
Okay, so let's put this in
work.
computer terms. Okay, so you've got you have a computer, and then you have slave drives, right? Okay,
Sure.
now, so there's a connection there, right? Now you can't access those connections without messing with either the main one or the slave drive. You can't be here on a completely different computer system that's not hooked up to that to learn anything about that, right?
Yes, but counterpoint, the Elder Blade would have an extremely powerful firewall over some sort
no,
of
of
protection, preventing an influence external to itself.
Yeah, no, I get that, but hopefully the number one goal would be if we did lean into the experimentation would be a way to track it, assuming that asking the void where this thing is, it would be a way to find out where do those connections lead.
Captain, there are biological systems, and yes, there are comparisons to be made between a computer and other drive systems. All of this is true.
I know that this is a biological and therefore different, but I'm trying to put it in terms that...
No. Give me a minute.
Okay.
But you're forgetting that any form of psychic energy is a form of radiation. And to continue the analogy, well, you can't necessarily access the main computer hard drive and the slave drives that are going off. You can, however, create a detection for the radiation that those drive systems are putting off, and therefore be able to track the radiation itself. You may not know what they're saying, but you know where it's coming from and where it's going.
Well, if I could interject real fast, we could potentially, speaking of radiation, potentially nullify the Elder Blade's ability to send signal out to the rest.
We could do it that way. We could also, because, we've already created a means by which we ensure inoculation and prevention of infection by mind flayers, which means I've already halfway there on figuring out a way to destroy said Elder Brain. That won't take me very long. But you are aware what an antivirus is, right, Captain?
I mean, I know that when...
An inoculation and...
Yeah, with vaccines, you're essentially using dead virus cells to get your antibodies to recognize the virus to attack it. So, yeah, I mean, I know what that is, yeah.
So that's the same thing, basically, of what we're doing. So we've already pre-programmed a bunch of people to have their own antibodies attack. Therefore, I already know half of what I need to do to create another...
You're gonna give the Elder Brain an autoimmune disease or something?
I mean, I could give it. I could.
Once.
Well, I think more, Captain, that she's saying that she is nearly there to give the Elder Blade a virus, a cold, if you will. Potentially, we could do that. We could use that system to infect this psychic energy that is spread across the entire. We just have to understand that psychic energy.
And
Yeah,
realistically speaking, I wouldn't necessarily need to medically torture anyone. Medical torture is never efficient, and I don't really subscribe to it, and I don't like torture for personal reasons. But all I would need is actually current brain scans of an active mind flayer. I don't need it to do anything else. I just need it to be live and breathing. And
do you need to poke around in its brain? Because, I mean, that's what I'm talking about, Torch. I'm not talking about just needlessly cutting it and being like, answer me, give me answers or anything. I mean,
well, no, not until it's dead. I won't need to cut into anything.
Okay. That's all right.
I mean, most of this is going to be dealing with MRIs and CAT scans and various hard light external scans, and possibly possibly, if I know the individual is dead and the personage that they have taken over is dead, a frontal lobotomy might not be inherently negative at this point, where I would remove a small sample of tissue, particularly if we're going to kill it later anyways.
Fair enough. I will allow you and the oath that you've taken, the Hippocratic Oath, all that jazz, to be our moral guide in dealing with how we glean information from the mind flayers. Because I'm just lost on this, honestly.
There's also a thing that, if I may put my 2 cents, well, this is my 2 copper piece in. If we decide that we're going to go with an all-out assault on the brain itself, more than likely, like I said earlier, defenses are going to be impenetrable. But I'm pretty sure we could trick, if you will, the Lakshay forces into coming and get me at that location.
It sounds like one of those old movies that Zed plays. Have you been
Yes.
watching those for tactics information?
Yes, but at the same time, no. I learned a few tricks at the academy.
Okay, fair enough. So you're wanting to trick Lakshay into coming to get you where exactly?
Where the mother brain is, and more than likely we're gonna have to be there. But in order for the plan to really be able to be strong, but if we're gonna go that route, we might as well just call them in and have them act as a reinforcement, and have the Illithid just gang up on them, allowing us perhaps a better, freer passage to the brain himself.
So I'm certainly not opposed to the idea of manipulating the Lakshay government into attacking the Elder Brain, but I'm not sure how easy it'll be to convince them to go outside of the known universe, because I'm going to assume that this thing's on its home base. I don't think this thing's in the verse.
No, I don't think we can make
So-
that assumption, Captain.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, who knows where it is? It's either outside the verse at its home base, or it's somewhere here heavily defended. If it is in the verse, then it would be presumable that maybe we can trick or bait the Lakshay into coming to attack. But maybe it's time that we revisited putting you on the throne.
I mean, that is a political possibility, Captain. However, ultimately, what is our goal? Our goal is to nullify the mind flayers
Stop
via
the mind flayers from destroying the universe is our ultimate goal. Now,
Sure.
hopefully, that's as easy as popping in and popping out on the Elder Brain. But if apparently, according to Old Un, infinitesimally taking out the firm and the negative impact that they had on the universe is somehow slightly put the odds in our favor. Well, not even in our favor. Less. The odds are slightly less bad than they were before. Now, if we follow that same logic of, us influencing the universe positively or negatively impacts our likelihood of succeeding here, I think that having one of our own in charge of an army and a government would probably, theoretically, improve our odds of succeeding in this whole thing.
Potentially, Captain. I mean, it sounds like we have preparations regardless. I would say that it may not even help us. Like Kabashet said earlier, we have no idea where the Elder Brain is.
For now.
Well, no, I'm actually just basing this on admittedly basic psychology. You said that they desire that they were part of this universe and then cast out by the Alden, correct?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that this whole thing is a giant revenge plot, right?
Yeah, more or less.
You can't be satisfied with revenge unless you're the one that stabs it in the back.
Yeah, which, I mean, the Elder Brain might be in
So the Elder Brain will come to the star.
I mean, hopefully we don't
Potentially.
wait that long. I mean,
No, but I'm saying it's moving. And remember, the last time I had a conversation with my deity and divine influence, they mentioned the fact that they were moving closer. So,
yeah. So my point is, by the time that we want to engage with the Elder Brain, it might still be outside the known verse. Because
Yes,
the sooner we engage with this thing, the better. And we're not going to be able to trick the Lakshay into leaving the known verse, but we could command them to if their king was Eddard.
Yes, and if they're willing to, if you sell it right, they might, be honored to serve you. And apparently, your family is still popular, Eddard, and they could do that. Captain,
But also,
how do you morally feel about biological warfare?
Depends on what we're talking about. There's shades of gray.
Species targeted infection?
What kind of infection?
What we've been talking about, Captain.
So if it's the mind flares, then I'm pretty much okay with anything from space flu to flesh-eating bacteria.
No, you don't want to do with flesh-eating bacteria.
But if it's if it was like the amoeboids or the Lakshayans or things like that,
I'm just
pretty much
going-
space flu is my limit there.
I'm not going to. Captain, I'm not going to.
I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying you asked where my moral line is, and I.
Okay, no. I'm glad that's where your moral line is. I'm not going for flesh-eating bacteria or Ebola because those just cause too much of a mess, and I don't want to necessarily, if the host is still viable, kill the host. So no, I'm thinking more something along the lines of Spanish influenza.
What?
The Spanish influenza. The Spanish influenza.
No, I wouldn't have to do that.
How
I would
about
just
the
call it
space
Spanish
influenza?
I would just call it
That's
Spanish.
better.
No. I would call it Spanish influenza because it doesn't matter how far in advance you are. You're still going to have individual strains of flu, or different flu. You get a different flu vaccine every season because it's a different strain of flu. The most virulent and deadly form of flu that we can track is the Spanish influenza.
But there's no Spain.
Yeah, but there was on Terra.
They never went to the stars.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean somebody didn't go down and retrofit, take their shit.
Anyways.
It turns out the Ancient Aliens guy on the History Channel was visited by the amoeboids.
I mean, look at the Avara. They do spend a lot of time influencing lesser races.
I would say I don't necessarily feel comfortable with the complete destruction of a race, regardless of the level, or even our entire goal is just to stop them, right?
I mean, I can make them very, very sick and not necessarily kill them while they're very, very sick.
Well, I'm thinking more along the lines. I'm talking more along like disable them in some way, shape, or form.
Yes,
Cut
I can
them
make
off
them.
from their connection.
I always thought
to
when
the
I
Elder Brain,
retired, I
they would
wanted
be
to be in a
lost.
place like
Yes,
this.
I make them all very, very sick, and then we can kill the Elder Brain, and you're done. I'm not necessarily saying that we have to
We don't
poison
have to-
everybody.
Well, we don't have to kill anyone though.
That's
We
what
just
I'm
have
saying.
to stop them.
Yes, you can be sick without dying.
Yes.
So that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I'm saying we don't necessarily have to make them sick. I guess in a manner of speaking, they will be sick, but it's mostly they will have lost their direction because they will have lost their purpose.
I'm saying that before we get to the Elder Brain, we have to remove effectively an army from in front of us. Correct?
Yeah, we don't get to skip
We don't
the army.
we don't have to get to the Elder Brain. Is what I'm saying.
We need to deal with the Elder Brain. It's the problem.
Yes, but if we disconnect the army from the Elder Brain, then it won't have any direction.
Yeah, but you
Yes,
can't
but I think I need, but to do that,
disconnect it.
yeah, but okay. I'm saying that to disconnect it, I have to remove.
I'm combining our ideas.
Yeah.
is
So what
trying
I'm
to
saying
say.
is, I'm going to make them all very sick, and then we can cut the connection, and then they will theoretically get better.
But we can do the same at the same time. Is by cutting off their ability to be psychically linked to the Elder Brain via the sickness.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so then we're just talking cross purposes. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm saying that we don't have to take out the Elder Brain at that point. We can still stop it in different ways.
Well, it is
But-
worth noting that they were susceptible to psychic control until like 3 or 4 generations, and then suddenly they were outside of the Elder Brain, immune to psychic control. So these things can adapt rather quickly. So, cutting off the connection to the Elder Brain might work for a little bit, but then they
Right.
suddenly get immune to it, and then the Elder Brain takes back control of them, and then we have the same problem.
So
So
at
I
the
think
end of the day,
That's why we're using nanites.
so at the end of the day, what we really have to do is kill the Elder Brain and let the Illithid or Mind Flayers, whatever they are, deal with their own species-wide issues.
I mean, I think ultimately, if we want this to work long term, I mean, we can temporarily cut them off, but long term, we do have to get rid of the Elder Brain. Otherwise, who knows? Maybe our kids or our kids' kids are going to be dealing with the same issue.
I understand where we're going at with this. But ultimately, I think it comes down to
It comes down to a break. We're gonna take a break because I wanted to wait until there was a lull in the conversation or the conversation was over, because I don't want to run over too much. But we will be right back. back, everyone. There was a little bit of lag, but we are back. In the Scarlet Trust, there was a lot of planning, a lot of talking, a lot of deciding whether it was ethical or not to unleash plagues upon their enemies, and what would need to be done in order to get to the Elder Brain. We'll go ahead and assume that this conversation takes place over multiple days. Over the 5 days. Like, you meet up, you discuss, you break away, you go do your things, which I need to get to Eddard and Doxy for the last 2 days. And then, meet back up, and so we can have, like, this whole discussion that we just had in-game and a bit during break, like, can have evolved over the course of the 5 days, just so we can keep our eyes on the action. And speaking of action, what is Eddard doing during those 5 days?
Well, I wanted to get my armor slightly upgraded. Because not being able to see in the dark is quite painful. So I would have accosted my friend Doxy here and be, listen, I need to do something about not being able to see in the dark. I can't see past my nose. And that was a big detriment while we were fighting the brains.
That is a challenging perspective. I've never had that problem. What is it like? Darkness.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna do something. You need to be ready, okay?
Okay, I'm ready.
Close your eyes. That there.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yes.
How do you manage?
With flashlights.
Well, you're in luck because Doxy's like he typically has his visor kind of up when he's not using it, or like it's kind of cleared out, and then the hard light visor kind of goes across his eyes. And he's like, I already have the technology to do so. So modifying it in some way, shape, or form, we just have to find the right components, and I can build you something similar.
All right. How much is that going to cost us in components?
That is up to Simon.
That is up to the DM to decide. And the DM decides that it is going to cost... I just need to open
I think there
it.
might already be an magic item for this. I'm not sure.
Goggles of Night Scene.
Yeah.
It's an uncommon item.
Uncommon? Okay. So, I mean,
Yeah,
the
so I
gadget
think in-
specific-
Huh?
Well, I was going to say, like, the gadget I specifically have has more than just night vision. And I was thinking that, because it has night vision and infrared, so up that difficulty to rare.
Oh, because you also want to add infrared to it?
Yeah, because
That would be very nice.
Yeah.
Adding infrared to it, it would cost you around 1,500 gold in components. Without the infrared, it's 250.
Oh, because of uncommon versus rare or something like that? Okay. Now, as a smuggler, could I
Yes.
find something on the black market?
Probably
the
you'll need to be
undermarket?
you'll need to be at a space station or something of the sort to be able to do that.
Okay.
But yes. Because I mean, you
Okay.
can't have it. You could find it on the net, but you
Is
won't
there-
have
is
it
there-
like physically with you.
Is there a Spamazon?
There's a Spamazon.
But a SpedEx. Can we get that expedited?
Sorry. I was just like, I'm a hacker. I could figure this out. Get something shipped to me for free.
It has to be
Like,
25
it was
coins and higher.
accidentally. This is how I made my fortune before I lost it all, doing other things. Is I would redirect things to me that were being shipped. No. Okay, so So yeah, we'll figure out some way of getting you the components. I'm sure we can find it.
I mean, if you know where the components are, I can take you to them. Literally anywhere in the galaxy.
It's okay. We lost Doxy again.
He's just tapping away on his hard light keyboard, looking frantically for the one thing that will allow me to finally space Doxy.
I keep hitting. No. God damn it! I keep hitting this button that shuts down my computer or like sleeps my computer, and it Zoom hates that, so it like shuts down the stream. Oh my god!
All right, keep your hands to yourself now.
No, it was my phone that was on like right next to it, and I kept hitting it by accident. Anyway, phone is now somewhere else off in the distance. Yes, so I think we can manage, but it might cost you. Are you? What's your budget?
I currently have in my possession, give or take, 99 platinum and 500 gold.
That's 1,400.
Okay. Yeah.
1,490. He's missing 10 gold.
Okay. I think I can cover that. But yeah, I'll see if I can't do some hackery to reduce the cost, and or do some smuggling trickery to reduce the cost.
Anything you can do is going to be very helpful.
And then maybe I can set that up for when we get to the space station that we're heading towards. We're heading to a citadel, right? The citadel.
To the Citadel, yeah.
Okay, that's not a space station necessarily.
Well, it's a station in space.
Right.
Like,
technically, it's a space
It's
station.
not.
but
It's not
like
a Moss station.
Right.
but-
It's like not.
Yeah.
It's not a mercantile hub. is, I
No,
guess, what I'm-
but you could
Oh,
have
you-
something shipped to that place anyway. Like it has a
Yeah.
spadress.
We don't pass by a Maw station or by way of Maw, right?
No, you guys are jumping. You're free jumping.
Again, I can literally teleport you to any Moss station in the universe.
Oh yeah, right.
What?
The portal.
Yeah, I learned some things from the Codex.
That's true. So yes, Doxy, if you want to make your check.
Wait. Can we do like a Treasure Planet thing where we become that pirate that like goes off and like accrues the wealth of 1,000 planets or something like that?
Wow, what an underrated movie too.
It's so good.
Scarlet Trust, man. Oh,
I mean,
it's so
I've
great.
definitely used Dark Matter plus High Seas to play Treasure Planet before. I mean, what?
What?
All right. Yes. Okay. What is my check?
You need to check stuff on the black market. You're trying to go through your contacts.
Nice. Yeah, I've got the Astrogations Inc. and my smuggler contacts.
I mean, I'd say okay. So here's what we're gonna do: make a data check.
Okay.
Because I know you're gonna get super high. And 5 times your result is how much money you save.
Ooh. Wait, only 5. So if it's 20 times 5, that's
That's 100. Yeah, 50 times.
okay.
Sorry.
Okay, I was about to say.
Better.
No,
That is a lot
5.
better.
You barely get anything.
Yeah, it's like, damn it. No, I get it for free. I make money.
Oh wow, please.
No. Okay, so can I use or I'm gonna recruit the team, and I'm gonna say, team, we need to upgrade some stuff, and I'm just gonna go on a shopping spree if I can, or like see if I guess what I'm saying is like I want to make this be something where if anyone else is looking for some items, can this be a bundled thing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So then I'm going to go recruit the team and be like, All right. What else do we need to? We need nanites, right, for the virus?
Yes.
Well, yes, of course. Oh, Doxy, right? Smuggler.
I'm gonna be looking on the dark market.
Well, aside from the nanites, we can get those through legitimate means if we have to, although unlegitimate means of other means
Well-
would be useful. But could you possibly get me some biological samples?
Yes, very well, very possibly. I'm more thinking that on the black market we might be able to get it for cheaper.
Well, I
Or-
didn't have to pay for any of the ones that I appropriated lately.
Oh, well, that's fascinating. Well, okay, very well. Either way, so all right, I'm gonna do the search, and then I'm gonna also ask the captain. It's like, you want to be my co-pilot, captain?
For what exactly?
We're gonna do a dive.
Details.
Have you ever been to the dark web?
You know, a couple times. You know, when I've had to.
Well, we're about to hatch a heist on the dark web.
I'm intrigued.
And I basically lay out a plan of like bouncing off various nodes and using this network that I'm aware of to and like you see diagrams kind of like of this you see like the Moss stations, and you see like a 3D spatial map of the known like internet or space net.
Spindernet.
Damn it. Internet. And you see that, but then you see like these and then I start doing some manipulations, and you see like kind of like red lines connecting different routes, and you see kind of like a layer beneath. And I say, well, you see here, this is the hub where all this and this are different hubs that all transactions processed are managed, and well, it's not something I'm very proud of, but one of the reasons why I got to where I am is because of some of the heists that I used to pull, and I need a co-pilot to help me navigate.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so I'm going to roll with advantage. Then
Here to help you with your guide.
God, eventually it's gonna be like free.
He's gonna bully a guy into giving him the item for free, and then give him some money.
I
Now,
literally
were we getting any other items or just the thing?
well, so
Kevichet would like samples from Mind Flayers.
right, and if possible, toss into like a bundle an excess of nanites, because I have other plans for nanites.
If possible, I think I'm gonna get a magic item. Let me see how much gold I have. I've got 4,400. What kind of level what kind of level magic item does that give me?
Rare.
4,000. Rare. I'll hold off for now.
Okay.
Actually, let me see. I want this one. Oh no, I want my space dice. That's what I want.
Nice.
So what did you
Yeah.
roll? Oh, you haven't.
No. No, I was testing which dice I wanted to roll with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do like a pre-test, and I'm like, oh. Okay. That's an 11 plus 4 is 15 plus a million. Where's my thing? 13, I think it is, maybe more.
So 27.
Yes. It's low for me.
It's very low. You only get a 1,350 gold pieces rebate on it. So Alex's upgrades are gonna cost you 150 gold.
I mean, can you do anything else to lower the price?
What do you mean?
That was a lot more than I expected that you got off.
Unfortunately, there are no samples of mind flayers. Nobody was able to harvest piece of a mind flayer before.
Not even on the black market.
Not even
Ron
You-
Perlman is letting me down.
You guys were probably the only ones in the galaxy that managed to do that.
Yeah,
you
so
find
I'll-
you find other organs though if you're interested.
of the mind flayers.
No. I mean of various races. And as far as nanites are concerned, I need to know what you intend to do with it, and I can give you a price
Okay.
for the amount
So-
that you need.
So there's two things that I wanted to do. I wanted to develop a module for our ships, for Lola and for the primary ship for the Scarlet Trust, that would do some sort of like self-healing if we activate it.
The nano robots from the dark matter. They're
What's
an
that?
item. Nano robots, which are an item.
Oh, for ships.
They're for personal.
They're for personal, but I would think that you could adapt them.
Yeah. So there's that. But then also I was thinking about getting nanorobots for some of us as well. So like at least one module or some sort of thing to do that. Montage. Techno wizard montage.
If you wanted them for the ship, it would cost a shit ton of money because they're nanobots.
Yeah.
And nano for the size of a ship is a lot.
Well, I guess my thought was, if I get a large enough sample, would I be able to have them self-replicate using appropriate materials to then be enough for like it kind of, I guess I'm thinking more of like replicator type technology.
On the scale of a ship, I would say you're better off going with like a drone.
Oh, okay.
And then you could probably have self-replicating drones.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it's slightly bigger.
Yeah. I mean, I've already done some drone work, so yeah. I was more just thinking nanites, like it would. Oh, maybe a nanites for internal systems. But anyway, okay. Yeah, let's do some drones because I can have them do different things too.
Because, I mean, so here's what we're going to do. For every... Healing a ship is 2...
I'm basically trying to upgrade our stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. For 200 gold, your drones, and you'll have like a stable of drones, right? That
Okay.
you can release from the hangar bay, and
Nice.
they are only programmed
Yes.
to heal the ship, right?
Okay.
Repair the ship. 200 gold, it repairs 1 hit point per turn.
And
If
how many drones?
Oh, it's
Oh, it's
like
one
the
hit per-
drones in general. Like it
Got
heals 1 per turn. If you want to go, so I said 200 for that. 500 if you want to go to a D4.
Ah, okay.
And then we'll upgrade by slice of 500 for everything else. So 2,
So
5.
strong. That's so strong. I'm sorry.
Sorry, say the last bit again. Sorry.
Oh, I was just the. It's just real strong.
It is. Y'all are going to face challenges that are appropriate. Don't worry.
No, that's why I'm scared because you're letting us have that for so cheap.
So yeah.
I remembered what happened when we suddenly got Heroes Feast, and then I walked into a beholder. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Here,
Yay,
enjoy,
I did walk into
health
it.
regen.
2, so it's 2, 5, 1,000, 15, 2,000, etc.
Okay, so 2,000 gets us what again?
200, 500, 15, 2,000 is a D8 every turn.
A D8 every turn. Okay, of healing.
Yeah, every round, I should say, of healing.
Every round. Okay.
I mean, to effectively say cure wounds is. That's what cure wounds is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's slightly less than Cure Wounds, because it doesn't add any, like, bonuses.
Yeah, it doesn't add my healing, my modifier, but a D8 every round is what cure wounds is.
Okay. I'll like. We'll be browsing the.
It's like
the dark web.
it's experimental technology.
Yeah.
And it's been tested by the Lakshain government to put on their suits, so that the giant Kabuto frames can actually have like the equivalent of regeneration. So as they're fighting, they have the drones healing them.
Wait, how much is a Kabuto frame?
Listen,
I
I like where this is going.
Can
and
we
I
have an
will-
army of those?
If we put the king, if we make him king, we get all the frames we want.
Yeah. Okay, so to kind of set the scene for y'all, like basically, I imagine Doxy's kind of encased like their upper torso in hard light, and it's shifting colors as like and he's actually put out a display on the 3-dimensional display for those that aren't in it, and you're sorry, what?
A Lakshain frame is 2,000 gold.
What?
I'm just saying.
How much money do we have collectively?
I have 4,000 something.
I mean, I
You
still
have
have my
four-
99.
Oh, right, 'cause
lab.
you're a greedy motherfucker.
No,
Sorry,
I've
what?
been sharing. I just don't spend money like y'all do.
Yeah,
don't
and
either.
I have the only thing I have just under 4,000 gold. If you say this and like you happen to notice this and you kind of like message me and the captain, and be like, birthday present for Eddard.
So no, I mean the captain's with me in the dark web. You're co-piloting with me.
Yeah, and I've
So-
given you guidance. So if we're there, I'd be like, birthday present for Eddard.
Yeah. So like you'll see on there. I've discovered and I don't know if necessarily the dark web would have anything cheaper, or like a more experimental like frame that we would be able to gain access to. But yeah, like kind of you and I, Captain, are encased in these hard light interfaces essentially that allow us to do deep dives. And so that's what I was describing, is that it's shifting and you see us navigating this web that I have up on a display. And when we hit past one of the nodes that's nearby the Lakshay system, that's when we get the ping of like, oh, these frames are very attractive. I wonder if I can adapt one to be automated.
I mean, like, if we just put him in charge, we can get all the frames we want.
But it would be a very nice birthday present.
It would be, but also, like, we could...
Captain, that also assumes that we succeed in that.
Well, here's the other thing, Captain.
Well, we could... The frame will be there.
Captain. Think about it this way: it'd be great PR. The king returns with his own Lakshayan frame, and that he inherited from someone of very much importance. I mean, we can spin that however we want. And perfect.
Damn it, you're
birthday
right,
present.
and I hate it. I hate it.
Kebichet's a noble. She knows how to pull this shit.
Simon, I have an idea. Can we get like an Escaflowne, like ancient, like
No.
like
No.
Yes.
You mean
no, like
No.
I
that
mean it's like
has
something that
holes in it?
no. I mean like it's
Can we at least get him Death Scythe? Because that would look dope as hell.
Listen, you know
no.
what I say about Death Side. Not my jam.
So
Give me guns.
But
Lots of them.
Escaflowne could transform into a dragon. Is that what you're looking for?
well, so yes, but also no, more like on the lines of it is a symbol of like the royal family. Like, is there That's
So-
more what I was going with. Is,
So
is there
So we
is
need
there
wing.
something that we could also like that's
Yeah.
been lost in some way, shape, or form, but I potentially find on the dark market,
Or at least we can find designs and images
information.
of
Yeah,
designs and images of so we can recreate.
like get the frame, the modern frame, or I don't know. We can figure something out, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
I get what you're saying.
we totally need wing then. It has to be wing.
How much do you want to put on that frame?
I will throw in 1,500 right now for this because I think that Edward needs this.
Where did everyone get $4 grand of gold? I don't.
Did
I
you?
think-
You?
Oh, no,
you
he
didn't
was
get your money.
gone.
You didn't get your money.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because you were on vacation. Yeah, you were paid by the Knights of the Sepulchre.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, we were paid very handsomely.
3K plus a magic item.
Well, no wonder you guys are all
Wait,
bleeding.
what? 3K?
Yeah, and the magic item.
Oh, what did I get for my magic item? Did I ever get that?
I don't
No,
know.
you didn't talk to the armor. Yeah, well, we can talk to the armor when we get to the Citadel, but
Yeah,
Because
technically we can. You would have picked it before leaving the Citadel, so you can look it up if you want, like in between games, and just choose your. It's a rare or below magic item.
Okay.
But yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Okay, so we acquire. I mean, do we even need to acquire this this night vision anymore for your suit? If we're gonna get you a fucking frame,
yes, because you can. What if he ends up having to leave the frame and he has to be in the suit?
oh, fair. Okay. Well, we're getting it for 150 gold anyway, so I mean, it's like, you're welcome. My hacking skills.
So we get like
I'll put forth I'm willing to put forth 1,000 for this.
I will put forward 1,500 right now for this.
Okay, wait. 1,500. I hear 1,500. I hear 1,000. I hear 1,000. 1,000 golden once. 1,000 golden twice.
Hey, how much are you putting forward, Daxi? If you,
I mean, I was gonna beef up our ship and stuff.
So how much is it?
So I can beef up our ship
Mhm.
and maybe get me like something special.
Sure.
And then you all put in for frames and other armaments.
I'll put forward 2 grand because the only thing I've been spending it on are nanites, and I'm getting those for free right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna spend all my money. So like,
Mhm.
So that's
I'm
3,000
saving up
gold.
for very rare items.
Hmm.
I have a total of 3,600.
Well,
All right,
I
and
have
it's
3
2,000.
grand that I didn't know about.
Yeah, it's,
I said I'd throw in 2.
yeah, no, I know. But Doxy's throwing 2,000 for the drones.
Yeah.
I'm
So
going all out.
I'm doing 1,000 1,000 for the frame.
The frame.
Mhm.
2,000. Alex, do you want to put anything on it?
I got 3 grand.
You're putting 3 grand on it.
I better come out of there with a Terminator armor from Warhammer 40K.
No.
The suits are like fucking
This
40
is a
foot
Gundam, not
tall.
a 40K.
Yeah.
You're getting a Gundam, dear.
I can get behind that.
Okay. And it just excites me to all things because Doxy now has a new plaything.
Oh lord.
Yeah.
Make sure that there's like a little capsule so you can get into it from the back, and then somebody can get into the arm, somebody can get into the legs.
No, that's really expensive. I checked it.
Wait, it's a thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you talking about the Fusion Gundam? I mean,
Yeah.
Fusion frame?
The Ultima
we-
frame.
We can
Yeah.
become Voltron.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, I'm totally running a Voltron game with this at some point after Dark Matter is done.
That'd be funny.
Um.
Shotgun Blue Lion.
All right, I have. God damn.
Sorry, shopping episode.
You're gonna have to choose. And I'm gonna ask Alex because it's gonna be his thing, right? You're gonna have a ton of weapons with it anyway, but there's one like special thing that like is tied to the suit, right? So, do you want to have an M laser, which is a giant laser cannon, missile
on.
launcher, or you want to have the battle cry feature that gives you shield? Shielding, throwing missiles, or firing a laser?
I'm a firing my laser.
I somehow knew he was going to do that.
Yep.
You choose the laser? Or
Are you giving
So
him
you
any of
go-
the frame upgrades?
So you're going wing zero.
I chose upgrades with the money you had.
Were you were looking at the mecha one specifically on 181?
Yeah, on no, I was looking at the one on 171.
Didn't
look
Escaflowne
at-
eventually get a laser gun?
Look at 181. Those are the mecha specific ones.
No, 181 in the. I have Dark Matter final
Are you on 1.2?
1.1.
I also have 1.1.
Yeah,
No,
so do
that's
I.
that's my bad. I opened the wrong one.
Well, I didn't know we had 1.2 because I didn't get an email about it yet.
Oh, somebody's in water.
But I have like frame upgrades here
Okay, so
for the
Yeah.
mecha campaign.
mhm.
Those are the
Alright.
ones you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
So-
So the Dragon's Breath, Dragon's Jaw.
Yeah.
all
Those were the ones I was looking at.
Okay, perfect.
So so Eddard is going wing zero. Cool.
Yeah,
Big laser.
Yeah. So, and Simon, if there's any way that this can be tied to, like, tied to Lakshay, like bloodlines or things like that, that'd be awesome. Is there
Can we
any way
find-
that
can we
possible?
find-
Oh,
Like,
oh, it's yeah. Don't worry. I just want to know. I'll get to describing the suit after.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
But I need Alex to choose laser, missiles, or battle cry.
Laser.
All right. So you have found a very old frame that is going to need a bit of love. If
Montage.
only because it hasn't been used in centuries.
Oh.
It's a battle frame that belonged to Sun Wukong's personal guards. Like the honor guard that surrounded the king. The king's frame has unfortunately been dismantled a long time ago.
Oh.
This is the closest to like royalty you could find. And those are strange type of suits. The head is the head of a giant dragon.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a shoulder-mounted laser cannon. In the one hand, it can extend a blade up to a ridiculous amount of reach. It's
So-
1,000-foot long blade.
What?
Yes.
Well, when you're dealing with
Oh, it is Escaflowne.
But it's strapped to the arm.
Yeah.
We can work with that.
And on the other hand, or in both hands if you want to, it can wield the mecha version of the weapon of your choice. So you're
Oh,
gonna
man.
have to choose a weapon out like after the game tonight,
Hmm?
and that's the weapon that the suit will come equipped with. It still has, because it's been well taken care of, a giant like fur lining around the head that looks like almost like a mane of white and gray hair. The fur of so many animals went into making that.
No, it's fine.
From that thing extends a
Synthetic.
blue cloak with the the symbol of the royal Lechane family imprinted in the back. It's almost faded, but it's still there. The cloak itself is fucking 400 feet long. The rest is your standard mecha thing.
Wait, Simon, is this a blade or a spear that he has?
It's actually, I'm modifying the Naginata.
Okay. Okay. Just wanted to double check that real quick.
Yeah.
But okay.
It's not, no, because otherwise the regular blade, the Uchigatana is like 50 feet.
It should say 500, but yes.
Oh, okay, 500. Yeah, no, this one is
Right.
1,000.
Gotcha.
It's basically
Crazy.
reach on a, it's a reach weapon on a vehicle scale.
Can this fit in our
Yes.
ship?
You have the miniaturization station.
Oh right.
Oh my
So
god.
Alex only
replicate.
needs to take the action figure of a Gundam, run out of the ship, throw the action figure, and climb aboard as it just extends into a battle frame. I did build this place in the ship especially for that.
We're doing this.
Thank you.
That's what we're doing.
And how much did this cost us?
That cost you 6,000 gold.
Damn it! I'm 3,000 short.
No. I mean, it's all of the gold that you guys were pulling together.
I know. I was like, I want one too.
Oh, for 2,000
like-
you get a regular suit.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
It
So-
will be delivered at the space station.
With Spamazon.
Spamazon, yeah.
Yes.
Well,
No,
dark Spamazon.
Yeah, dark Spamazon. No, yeah, I'll have it.
Has anyone ever
the-
seen Master of Disguise?
Oh, I feel like I know that.
It's a really cheesy movie, and they're buying everything off of black market eBay.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll send it to. Well, it'll be sent to the Citadel.
Yep.
That seems a little bit too conspicuous. No, I'm gonna have it sent somewhere else.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
I can literally pick it up
A drop point.
anywhere.
Yeah.
As soon as it's ready, you can just. Well, no, that's the thing. The problem with the portal is that it's 10 feet wide. You can't
Yeah.
bring the suit back with you.
No, I can get to it. I can't bring it back unless we shrink it and then bring it back.
But to
Yeah.
shrink it, you need to have the ship nearby.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll have it be a drop point near the Citadel,
But not at
and
the
we'll
Citadel.
we'll take the
Alright.
ship to this.
So
So,
we'll
like some
say-
sort of nondescript asteroid that we know the location.
All right. Like an abandoned mining facility or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And you have the components to make Eddard's.
Vision scope.
The vision scope.
Recon vision. Yeah, I like it. Recon.
That sounds badass.
Okay. And was there anything else that we need to look up right now?
nope, I don't think we do. I think all we need to do is get to that godforsaken place.
The Citadel?
Oh yeah, the one and only.
That's where you.
Then let's go.
And the 5 days pass. And you jump out of the void. Near the giant star. And the moment you appear, it goes.
Calling again?
I cast Commune.
Bam.
Well, fuck you. You cast commune with Olden,
Yes.
I guess.
What is this? I have to ask him yes or no questions or something?
You get 3 yes or no questions, and he can choose if he decides to give you more detail or not.
Do we need to fly into the sun again?
Maybe. It depends on your other questions.
Is the Elder Brain in the verse already?
No.
Are you going to tell me how to get to the Elder Brain?
Yes.
All right, we gotta fly into the sun, guys.
While you do that, I'm going to have my own conversation.
You know what? Actually, I have an idea. Portal right into the middle of the sun. I know exactly where it is.
But we can't take the ship there.
No, but we have rings of spacewalking.
No, but we have suits.
Well, suits and rings of spacewalking.
We only have one.
I'm currently wearing a ring of spacewalking and a life suit, personally.
Oh, well, that's good that you have.
Can we
Fine.
check back?
Fine, then we'll get a suit.
So you suit up and teleport inside the sun.
I mean, it didn't melt our ship like it should have. Presumably, it won't melt us like it should.
I have prepared
Question.
You take 21,130. No, that's it. Campaign over, everyone. They teleported into the sun.
I mean, I didn't say I was teleporting.
And I didn't say I was doing the same thing!
I'm kidding.
Am I
I'm
the only
pulling your leg
dumbass
out.
in the sun right now?
No, the captain would be the dumbass also in the sun.
No. So
Oh.
the captain opens up the portal where exactly? I mean, I know you're the exit of the portal, but the entrance is where on the ship?
Olive opened up the portal.
Why else do we do everything in this?
No, I wouldn't have done this. I would have done this in a more controlled environment. I would have probably used the Stargate.
Vorlons, dear, we need you to move out of the way. We're about to do something rather stupid.
Well, I mean, can't you just like change the Stargate so that you can use that
Yeah,
as your portal?
you-
Our,
could use
our
the-
chief engineer hasn't fixed
Fixed it yet.
What? I'm supposed to fix that?
Yes.
Yes, it's broken.
It was on your to-do list.
Ow! Sorry.
That was like 2 seasons ago. It's okay.
Yeah.
We can say I mean, I can roll a bunch and see if we fix it.
Well-
let's just
For now, the portal opens into the sun. Solar flares flash out of the portal harmlessly into your ship.
This is a good idea, Captain.
Steps through.
I'm going to step through on faith.
You step through, and you end up floating inside the sun.
Do I die?
No, you do not die.
Can we
Okay.
see that he's on the other side?
Yeah, I'm going to actually like wave y'all through on the portal. Like, come on, guys.
There's a hand that comes out and just.
I'm gonna
it's
activate it.
that scene in Star Trek where the hand just kind of comes through the event horizon, Stargate, and the event hand comes through the event horizon, and you're just like, oh, fine, all right.
And like
Boy, protect me.
with like a deep breath, and like steps through, like very hesitantly. It's like
It's
Wow, the visual.
much less painful than when you flew right into the sun. You're just floating like in jello. And the sun
where
goes.
are we? Universal translator. What is it saying?
Woolululu.
I see you have brought my codex back.
Yeah.
You couldn't have maybe mentioned the giant reptile thing?
The
Possibly.
Guardian. I thought the Guardian had died long ago. I may have imbued it with latent regenerative powers. If it was any problem, I apologize.
Well, how about you apologize for the problem you created when you made the mind flayers and then got bored of him, tossed him aside, and banished him from the universe?
Damn, Captain, just calling him right out, right in the front.
No, he's just like fucking telling it to a god how it is.
No biggie.
He's like, drop a mic.
Yes. I figured you would learn the truth. They are coming for me.
No, I picked up on that. I mean, they're killing everything in the way, and as far as I can tell, I mean, they're not going straight to you. They want to make sure that they eliminate every single thing that lives on this planet or subjugate it. They're installing lava into the brains of living people, which then explode out of them into nightmarish tentacle-faced creatures. All because they're upset that their great-great-great-great-granddaddy kicked them out of the universe. And you haven't exactly been forthcoming with information now, have you? We had to go to the Citadel where you sent some weird biological hard drive that then attracted all the mind flayers in the verse to it. And once we recovered that thing, then we had to experiment on it to find out how to withdraw the information on it. And then that led us to a planet that you already knew where it was, inside a Guardian that you already knew was there. It didn't warn us of any of that. To get a codex, which I had to spend 50 hours studying just to glean some of the information from it. Information that you already knew because you made the damn codex. And the mind flayers. Do you think this is productive for saving the universe? Hiding all this information behind pointless trials?
You have proven quite capable, mortals.
Kemba just kind of reaches out and puts a hand on the captain and is like, breathe. Breathe.
We've almost been eaten 6 times this week.
I counted 7. How are you getting 6? Never mind. Oh, that's right. You weren't there for that one. Never mind.
Yeah. So, not exactly thrilled right now with the person that sent us on the quest that got us almost eaten so many times, when it could have just pointed us directly to where we were going and maybe give us a heads up on what we would see there.
I apologize for hiding information from you, but I needed to make sure that whoever retrieved the codex was worthy of wielding the power that comes with it. For soon, the codex will be the only thing remaining of me in the galaxy.
What? So you're just gonna go away?
They have already come for me.
What do you mean they've already come for you? There's mind flayers in here?
Not in here, but out there. That is why I summoned you to me.
So when you say out there, I mean, we cleared the ones out of the Solar Citadel, whereas the rest of them...
They have arrived. Their advanced fleet, the Vanguard, have already pierced the verse. It is only a question of time before they get to me.
Okay, so we're talking about the mind flayers sitting right outside the verse. They're not like here in relative terms to what we would call near. It's what you would call near.
Oh no, it's your near.
So they're like when we teleport back to our ship, we're gonna see ships?
Yes. But you will not
good.
teleport back to your ship.
Lord.
What do you
Why
mean?
not?
What?
Your ship is in grave danger.
I'm
The portal is right behind you. You can leave
yeah,
whenever you want.
Doxy's like, I'm gonna go check on the ship, Captain, and go back into.
I don't know what I feel about a deity being a nihilist.
Okay, your brother's sick. Why is your brother sick with?
That would be too long to explain. I'll let him do the talking.
Okay.
All right
well,
then.
Okay, so you might be an asshole, Uldun, but you're our asshole. So how do we save you from the other assholes out there?
There is no saving me. Not anymore.
I mean, isn't the verse going to be kind of, fucked over sideways if, the literal center of it goes kaput?
The star itself will remain. Myself will be gone.
Can we just take you with us? The yourself?
That would be too much of a risk. I am right now protecting you from the attacks of the Illithid. The Citadel. The Citadel has fallen now.
I have serious issues. I have serious problems. And quite frankly, you are not the boss of me. So I should really ask my boss what he wants me to do, and if he could maybe, assuming that you defining him as your brother means that his gender is male, which, whatever, I've never kind of ascribed a gender to my boss, whatever. Maybe he can still do something.
He will be waiting for you
Hmm,
the moment you cross this portal.
I'm glad of that. How about I just ask him really, 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 really nicely if he can suck those mind flayers backwards?
What if we hid you in the void? I mean, you're
Yes.
related, and, like, maybe we buy you some time so that we can deal with this thing, because, again, you're an asshole, but you're our asshole. You've done
mean-
some good.
You're their asshole.
Your efforts are admirable.
Mm-hmm.
Here. Take this. And there's a baseball-shaped ball of light that appears hovering in front of your face, Doxy.
My fit? What?
Oh, no,
I'm
not
on a-
Doxy, Zendak. Anders.
Uh,
I was like, oh, sweet.
I grabbed the ball of light.
It's heavy in your hand. It is warm, but not exceedingly so. And
So
Uldun
what's this?
says, "This is a part of me, the part that you can still save."
So it's like you, if we manage to somehow actually save the verse, we can bring you back, or is this like, what's going on?
Think of it as a seed. Think of it as my seed.
Oh, this is like one of those I Am Groot moments. Got it.
Yes.
We're gonna have to use a particle accelerator to launch this directly into another sun, and then
I really like the idea of putting this in some sort of out of character, just to be clear, in some sort of sun pot, and having like that scene where Drax,
God.
he's dancing, and then Drax looks at his.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's like a cosmic you like of a cosmic hand that puts it into this pot that's yeah.
Hey, DM.
Mm-hmm.
Can I really do ask the Void if he can suck the mind flayers back to their side of space for right now?
Divine intervention.
How?
Literally pull them backwards? They assume they traveled through
No,
the
how
void?
do you call to your god?
She looks at this seed, she looks at Uldun, she says, sorry about this. And she puts both hands on her holy symbol, breathes very, very deeply, and just lets herself fall backwards. Because you say we're floating in the middle,
Mhm.
so she kind of trust falls into the pool and lets her mind flow to the void and ask, can you
So is this divine intervention, communion?
divine intervention?
Roll for divine intervention.
We see if this works or not, y'all, because I'm betting it's not gonna work. But hey, I'm gonna try.
Oh, I want to see what's gonna happen.
I'm
Go
gonna
nat
try.
20. Go. What is? Who rolled so many
Simon
dice?
did.
That was
Simon.
For the
Oh
sun.
dear
damage.
God.
That was the solar damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. we're gonna see if this works, y'all. Odds are it's not going to, but we're gonna see. Fuck!
Oh, is it close?
It's a 24.
And what did you need?
Like
A
10.
10.
Less than a 10.
Oh, okay.
Level, it's your level or below.
Gotcha.
But it doesn't
Divine
work.
intervention.
You ask the void and you get no answer in return. Actually, you get no answer at all, which is very strange.
Oh.
All right, so we have Un Junior here, young Un, as one might say.
If she doesn't get an answer, she's pissed. And she's tired of the nihilist that's standing in front of her. And she says, Captain, you deal with this schmuck. I have apparently a bunch of Illithid that I dealt with before to go fuck up. And she strides through the portal, and she has Turbulence prepared to cast.
So, Doxy,
Yes. Perfect.
You left the group before everybody else.
Yep.
You hopped on the ship,
Mm-hmm.
took the controls,
Mm-hmm.
and the ship does not move. In fact,
I mean, I do systems check.
all the systems are down, including oxygen.
Well, I'm Ring of Spacewalking, so I'm okay. But I
What happened?
but fuck.
Where,
I make sure that Rose, Whitney have some means, like they're in some sort of like they're able to survive. Make sure that that's
When you
okay.
find them, actually, Rose and Whitney are frozen.
Like in ice or
No, just like it's first they're monochrome
okay.
and they are stuck. They were talking with one another and they're stuck in that position, unmoving like statues. Twitch is nearby and is similarly unmoving.
Can I? Is Loxy with me?
Yep.
I imagine she always is. Okay. I guess she's a part of me. So yeah. Okay. So. I think there's something magical afoot here. Can I determine if something magically has basically stopped time or something like that? Like I'm gonna use my sensors and all the things
Make
that
an
I have at
Arcana
my
check,
disposal.
yeah.
Okay. 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 Oh, that's a natural 19.
Yeah, you are stuck in a time stop spell.
Do we have what? Wait, where's my stats? Oh my gosh. I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. Sorry. Okay. Well, it's a 19 on the die. And then.
Oh, that was enough. That was enough to identify
Okay.
the spell.
It's
19 was
24.
what you needed.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it's a 24 total. I can't remember if there's. I mean, Docs you would remember, but is there a way for the ship to be like? Do we have like a device that allows me to just spell magic of any kind?
Not in the ship.
So this is before Kebichet arrives, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna see if I can use some sort of technological means to awaken at least the crew. Yeah, I don't. Let's see. Do I have things? I mean, this is the challenge. As a gadgeteer, I have certain things that I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. the light forge. Can that do something? No, it's just that. Okay.
While you're checking that, I'd like to know, after Kebech leaves, what does Zendak and Eder do?
All right, so I've got Yangun here in my hand.
Mhm.
How exactly are the Mind Flayers going to kill a god exactly?
Did you ask him that?
Yes.
They were my creation. They've had the means to destroy me since the very beginning.
Well, I mean, you kind of implied that you created, humans, elves, and whatnot since then. Do we have the means to kill you?
No, I made sure to not give you such powers.
Okay, so you just screwed up the one time it really mattered.
I was a young god at the time. A young being.
A young Un, if you
A
will.
young Un, yes. That was eons ago.
All
Now-
right, so how do I make sure that, assuming we survive, this young Un, how do I make sure that he doesn't do something stupid, like make a creation that, and giving him the secrets to killing, it?
I guess you will have to teach him.
All right, so I'm going to be a god daddy. Got it.
So this really is a piece of you, but just a copy?
In a way, yes.
Okay.
So I know that this thing has the ability to kill you or whatever, or the Mind Flayers do, but presumably if they can use something to kill you, it's something they could use against us. Can you elaborate?
It is the same thing that affected my brother.
So he got sick, and it's what affected him. Can you explain what affected him then?
He will explain. I don't have much time.
Okay, what do
Like,
I need to know?
I have time for one question. Like, out of game, one question and then something is gonna happen.
Oh God, I have to make a count. No pressure, Justin. No pressure. You get to ask a god one question.
Now you're fine.
And
Well,
then
you
he
did ask
dies.
like 15 before.
No,
Yeah.
I thought
And-
I had more time.
And you gave him lots of sass.
He
Yeah.
deserved it. He did deserve it.
That's
My
true.
lord.
I mean, you can ask him the one question that we need to know.
Where is? How do I find the Elder Brain?
How do I get to the Elderbrain?
Good idea.
Outside of the multiverse, outside of the galaxy.
I didn't say where he is. How do I find him?
Oh,
Or how do I get to?
Yeah, or how do I get to him? You can interpret it either way. How do I get to him, or how do I find him?
you will need to protect your ship from the vacuum between space.
The Veil?
No, I should say. Let me rephrase that. For the, it's because I don't want to say void because it's not the void as you know it, but it's basically the space between galaxies. Like you need to shield your ship against that. Like
The dark matter.
there we go. Name of the game. Good night, everyone.
Dark matter, what
Okay.
powers people through the void, is also what separates the galaxy from the rest, or the
But-
universe from outside the universe.
Yeah, you will need to protect the ship, your ship, from what stands outside the universe. As for where the Elder Brain is, you should ask the one from the tower.
Oh, well.
Fine.
And then the light inside the sun dims.
Are you okay?
I think he got the god cancer.
He doesn't reply.
Yep,
It's
that's
beginning
it
to get
was
cold.
experimental.
I'm gonna grab Zendak and truck him through the hole.
I get chunked through the hole because I'm a tiny halfling and I have no say in this.
Right now, no, you really don't. It's our.
No. That wasn't saying that I get to resist. No, I'm a tiny halfling. You are made of muscle. I have no say in what happens right here.
Take you and just go football on you.
Fastball special.
Right before Zendak and Eddard cross the portal, Kevichet, you cross the portal. You notice Doxy in the kitchen trying anything, really.
I'm actually more like in the magic workshop.
Oh, okay. So you're not where Rosemary and Whitney are.
No,
Okay.
no.
So you actually don't see him on the main deck.
You know what? This is just horrid. I know that there's something wrong with the atmosphere because I've got all of the metrics in the chute. I know that there's something wrong with Rosemary and Whitney because they're obviously not moving.
Oh no, their vitals are fine.
Yeah, but they're not moving. They're not talking.
Yeah.
So I know that there's something magically going on that's wrong, and I would go, Doxy,
Yes, I've determined what's wrong.
tell me in short sentences.
Someone has stopped time.
Grand. I'm sorry. I'm going to try and do this the quick way.
Okay, I was in the workshop trying to find it myself.
Nope. I respect you for that at all. She casts Dispel Magic at 5th level.
And it fails.
Ooh.
I don't even get to roll for it?
You can't
Can't
really
count our
argue
god
with
spells.
the power of a god.
Yeah.
And in
well,
fact,
you know.
actually, you cast Dispel Magic, and the spell fails, not because it fails to dispel. It fails to cast, period. Your god does not give you the power to dispel that magic.
Okay, well, that answers that question. Would you like to tell me who I'm mad at and where I should be pointing my very, very large, rage-induced desire to blow shit up?
That's
She
when
says out loud to her deity.
Oh wow, we're talking to gods like that. This is incredible.
Well, no, I mean, she's being very polite about it, but she's like, I'm really, really mad. What would you like me to hit really, really hard? Please. Thank you.
And as Zendak and Eddard hop onto the ship, we'll just bring the camera back to see what's happening to the ship. It stands in a sphere of pure blackness. It's unmoving. All around it, lasers are being fired, torpedoes are launched, missiles. Ships are fighting organic-looking ships. The Sepulchre Star has been broken into, both halves, slowly drifting apart from one another. Half of the sun that was Oldun is covered in this cancerous mass of dark red flesh and black veins. There's an
Does it look like
armada of Illithid ships waiting while their smaller fighters fight off what remains of the knights. General Edfandor orders everyone to retreat. And the ships, one by one, jump out into the void. You are similarly thrown into the void. The sphere closes with you inside. And you find yourself floating with all the systems back up amidst a vast asteroid field. And in the distance, an impressively large, tall creature with a face shaped like some sort of a butterfly with its wings open, covered in bright yellow eyes, blinks at the ship, and says in a grave, low voice, "Welcome, child."
Oh god.
And that's where we're gonna end the 3rd season.
Oh boy.
I thought I'd be like interacting with gods at this point.
I mean, yeah.
Don't worry about your purchases.
Well, no, I wasn't worried about that. I figured we'd get to them at some point, but there was good reason why I was like, let's not send it to the star.
Yes, it's good that you did so. It would have been a mite harder to pick them. Pick them up.
Yeah.
But you end up with the Seed of Oldun.
It's Youngun.
Yeah.
It's Youngun.
You have Youngun with you, and you have... Well, right now, you're actually flying sub-light in the void.
Engines are running. We feel them.
Oh, yeah. That creature over yonder is rather impressive. Your ship is about as big as one of its eyes.
Ah, yeah. That's what a god looks like. It's just tall and tall and tall.
Impressively so. Hey, let's go around the table. Because we're running over a bit, but can you tell us who you are, where we can find you, and did you enjoy tonight's finale? And if so, what did you enjoy? Let's start with Kebichat.
Oh, hey, all. You know me. I'm at Deirdre Donlan on Twitter or Prexagora Thesmiaphores. You can see me hanging out in the Twitch chat. I had so much fun. I officially got to do something as a cleric that I have never done before, which was use Divine Intervention. Even if it didn't work, I tried. I came close. Also kind of looking forward to having a very public conversation between Kebichet and her deity, among other people. That'll be interesting. She's also really pissed right now. In a asshole, I saved y'all twice. You couldn't fix your own problems, and then you... So she's kind of really pissed right now. But as for me, you can find me back here on Saturday as I run some Vampire the Masquerade Nightfall, and the Vamp Dads deal with the consequences of their own actions and the actions of the neonates that happen to live in their house. Good times are had, and possibly, things are figured out. And I'll be back on Monday over on Role Players for some Age of Arcana fun, and then back here whenever, because I want to know what happens next. I need to know what happens next. But thank you, Simon, for running the game. Thank you, everybody, for playing. I love it. And check me out on Twitter. You can always find out where I'm going to be. Oh, right. One last thing. My current pinned tweet is the first game I ever wrote for myself. And it posted on Itch. If you like playing or seeing the fallout of a bunch of ancient Greek heroines and their ability to deal with things, give it a check. Let me see what you think.
Cool.
So thank you.
Well, thank you
Very
for
cool.
playing. Next up we have Eddard.
All right. So I can't wait to field test that big laser of mine now. It's gonna be fun. I'll be able to go back to that planet, target the Tarask, and just harass it. That'd be fun. I'm going back, right? Gotta kill that thing. Yes. Okay. Thanks, Cam. I know you had my back. Alrighty, you can find me on Twitter at _Gambit. I don't have another game planned for the foreseeable future as I am moving. So once that's done and I'm settled somewhere, we'll be able to resume. And that's pretty much.
All right. How about Doxy?
Well, I'm Eddie Freeman. You can find me at Pixel Pirate with the first E being a 3 on Twitters. I'm currently working on secret projects and doing some fun stuff. I'll be slowly trickling some of that out once I figure out a good game plan for that. I know I've been kind of teasing at it for a little while now, so it's finally coming out. And then, otherwise, not right now. I'm just kind of playing around with stuff. So yeah.
Cool. And last but not least is our captain, Zendak.
I'm Justin Faulkner. I work with Mage Chain Press as community director, and I have fun playing every week. It's always a whole lot of fun. My favorite part was being able to sass talk Oldun and then getting Youngun, that I'm definitely going to raise as baby Groot. Try and stop me. I am now Rocket Raccoon mixed with Star-Lord.
And I totally forgot to say what I liked about tonight's game, but I'll wait until Justin's done.
Okay. And so if you want to check out Dark Matter, if you think this was pretty sweet, go to magechainpress.com, or that'll take you to our blog, or store.magechainpress.com for our store, and use Wondering DM for 15% off and get that book.
And what I really enjoyed about tonight's game was one, catching up with all the things, all the crazy shenanigans you guys have been up to, and finally doing a deep dive into the dark web and tapped into that smuggler aspect of like deeply tying into that. And we're getting fucking mechs. Like, that's gonna be awesome. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get to use it.
How long until this campaign devolves into Gurren Lagann?
I mean, has it not already been there?
We haven't started throwing universes at each other. They haven't heard the phrase, they're gonna combine?
I mean, now that you said it, I have to find a way to just push it next time.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
I might have said that so that a certain person would force it.
We'll see about that. Oh yeah.
I was gonna say I do have 1,500 gold left, so I'm at or 2K maybe. I was trying to toss them down for the second mech, and we'll combine.
You need 3.
I don't know.
So you need 35. Well, you need like another 2,000 gold.
Okay, I will figure that out.
And on that note, I am Simon at Wondering DM. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you all of you that hung out in chat. Thank you for the donations, the subscriptions, the follows. Thank you to all of you watching on YouTube. It is always greatly appreciated to know that we have fans of the show. And you know what? We're just gonna head off tonight. We're not gonna raid anyone. I don't have my stuff up, so no biggie. We will see you though in 2 weeks for the beginning of the last season of Dark Matter. Ciao, everyone.